All right, everyone. We'll get started in just 1 second. Make sure everything is working. All right. So before we do actual TA, we will always take a look at some indicators that I love to keep track of. The biggest one is obviously the Ichimoku cloud on double settings. Here's the weekly. Weekly looked great. We still have the bull cross, green cloud. These are your weekly levels. I really don't think we hit these weekly levels, but who knows? Let's look at the daily. Actually, daily looks a lot better, and I'm actually looking for a sweep basically of last week's lows and us to test the red line, which is the Tengen, or sorry, the Kijun. So if we get a nice bounce off of there, I'll be looking along there, and also based on TA, that's where some of the LGs are that we've been tracking. Um, that's where I'm kind of looking at. Worst case, we also sweep lower and reclaim and go higher. And we can look at some of those levels as well. But again, higher time frame, daily and weekly, which I look at for Ichimoku Cloud, look fine. No issues, no worries there. Again, yearly pivots is where we're currently rejecting at the R2. But you guys all know I like to look at it on the Haganashi candles. So again, a retest of 109, 350 area, anywhere here. I'll be looking for longs to 148K. Let's see what we end up getting, but yeah, we're basically rejecting off the R1 on the regular candles. And the last indicator obviously is our 1050 MAs. Weekly looks fine. We are actually approaching the 10 on the weekly, and then daily also looks fine. We were holding the bull cross, and we actually did get a bounce off the daily 50. Let's see what we can get. Maybe we retest the 10 and then kind of make a decision there. So again, indicators look good. Let's actually take a look at some TA. Let me zoom in on the daily time frame, even though this is the weekly chart. Just going to look at it on daily time frame because it's easier to look at. Weekly basically says underneath this pink line, which is at, let's just call it at 119.5K, we're going down to this pink line, which is 110. Let's just call it 110.1K. This is also where our weekly level is that we need to hold on. Weekly closes, weekly chart, weekly levels, weekly closes is what counts. So as long as we get no weekly close under this level at, let's just call it 110.6K, we are fine on high time frame on weekly on Bitcoin, and no worries. We ended up tagging our first level on daily. We front ran it here on Friday and Saturday, and then actually filled it in today. So we got it. It's holding. This would be the next two levels we're looking at underneath here to here. Basically this. I just didn't mark it because it's not really that important, because I'd be tracking it on lower time frame, 4 hours. I'll show you next. And again, this is our basically this is our line in the sand for downside. If we are underneath 116, 184, we're looking lower, and we can get as high as right here, 117.5. Test this and then wick down and go lower if we wanted to as well. 4 hours and 30 minutes are probably my favorite charts at the moment because they're a lot more actionable, especially for this upcoming week. Obviously, we broke down. We said as long as we this was your candle right here. And that basically said short it, put your stops right here. This is your TP. We still have not hit TP, but I expect us to actually get there. Whether we do something like this and then go down here, or if we just roll over right here and just kind of go over. Let's see what we get. Some support levels where we can get some bounces, but again, this is the level I'm looking at next at 4 hours. If we lose it, then we're looking at 106.3k. Here's 30 minutes. We hit our first target as well. This was your actual short signal right here on 30 minutes. Short right there, stops up here, and then gradually move your stops down as price moves down. And obviously here is your TP. You hit your TP. We didn't hit our actually main level, oops, on 30 minutes, as well as our other 4-hour LG. So currently this would be my short scalp when we get it for this week. Here's our first resistance, and then our second resistance, and obviously our high time frame main resistance is way up here. That's basically Bitcoin on basically some of the exchange charts. I actually do want to look at something else real quick. Is the CME chart. Again, very same. Here's the weekly levels. We're totally fine as long as we hold right here on weekly. These are the levels. And again, same thing. This is what I kind of expect next. As long as daily is underneath 117 on CME, it's bearish. Hopefully we don't lose 109, because then we're looking at way down there and possibly cycle over kind of stuff. But yeah, let's see what we get. And then here's the 4-hour levels again. 4 hours actually looking at 107 on CME, and then here are the 30-minute levels. So maybe CME does something like this and rolls over, and then we can kind of make a decision. Either we make a decision right here at 110, 111k, or we're looking at 106, 106.5k. These are basically low time frame levels. Index chart and CME are the two main charts that I'm looking at on 4 hours and 30 minutes. Next, I want to take a look at ETH. ETH, obviously, we hit our main TP, but not our weekly TP. So ETH looks fine. This is a resistance. I would love for ETH to just chop around resistance and just make everyone bearish and then just take off, right? And see what kind of happens then. Obviously, it's going to all depend on Bitcoin, but Ethereum still looks fine. High time frame, we're obviously at this resistance that we've been testing multiple times, right? 1 time, 2, 3. There's our 4th try. Let's see if we break out, right? It's weekly high time frame resistance. If you want me to zoom out, this is the high time resistance. We've always put in wicks. I got kind of excited. I was like, we got a nice close right here, but then the next candle was just super bearish, swept the highs, then just nuked it, right? So let's see, maybe 4 times the charm this time. But again, chopping around at resistance is super bullish in my opinion, especially this resistance, because then it opens up the possibility of us going to testing the highs and breaking out all-time high, and seeing where we can go from there. If not, high time frame support is here, and then second is obviously the main weekly support down here. But I don't know, I still look like ETH is holding well. It's still bullish. Let's see what we get. Daily, still again same daily resistance right here. We also have a local resistance right here, so this is what we have to get over on daily as well in order to be bullish. 4 hours, if we actually can reclaim this right here, I actually like us to at least test the local highs right here and test possibly 4K area. I would like to see some sort of a bottom formation. Maybe we can put in some sort of an inverse head and shoulder type of pattern or something. Here, like this. And then reclaim this, and then reclaim here, and then take it to up here, right? I'm looking for something like that. If not, I think ETH is going to test lower somewhere around here, possibly here. So let's see what we get on ETH on high time frame. Again, lower it goes, better opportunity we have to take it all the way up here, because this is our 4-hour target. This is where we should put our magnet. Sorry. This is where ETH wants to go on 4 hours. And this is our internal levels. I don't really know if we're going to hit this. Kind of seems hard for me to break resistance and some of these other blue dotted line levels and go way up there, right? I think we just kind of roll over, whether we go up, down, wherever. Destination low time frame is here on ETH, and then these are the next levels, right? On 30 minutes. Let's see what we get next. But the main most important chart in my opinion on in crypto is the ETH Bitcoin chart, because we're all degens. We love trading alts. They actually provide the biggest returns. Whether you want long them or short them, you just want to be picking the right direction, right? We still haven't hit our weekly level up here, but here's support down here. This is also chopping at resistance, right? On daily time frame, we had our level, we hit it, then we're just literally chopping it, still holding it, right? So let's see if we can break out, maybe consolidate on USD pair as well as the Bitcoin pair at resistance for both of them, and then break out. Lower time frame, 4 hours is the only one really worth looking at on ETH BTC in my opinion. Reclaim up here, and then we can take it up here, right? If not, we're probably just going to put in some sort of a dead cat bounce, another low, and then hopefully something like this. I wasn't really going to do any alts today because I started doing alt streams midweek, but there are two alts that I do want to cover. The first one is Hype. The two main ones I want to do is Hype and Useless. They've been the two biggest and strongest alts recently. Both of them look a little concerning in my opinion, especially Hype. Hype basically says under 4 hours, under $41.83, basically says $28.30, and on daily time frame also under $39.22, you're looking at $28.30 as well. So I think Hype is going to go to $28.30, possibly lower. See what happens at $28.30 on Hype. But yeah, Hype is looking bad. When Hype is looking bad, it's pretty bearish for alts. In order for Hype to get bullish, you have to break resistance, and resistance is pretty far from current price anyways as well. It's all the way up here, right? You're looking at close to like what, 43 something, right? Again, Hype looks pretty bearish. 28.30 is our next target based on LG Trading. Here's Useless, same thing, right? Hopefully we get this internal bounce of 26%, and then we can sell at resistance because then it's going to roll over, and these are the levels that I'd be looking to bid. Hey, break through resistance, get over, break out. Hey, possible. You know, this coin's been running hot. Can easily see that. I'm sure a lot of people are now looking to short it, especially after it's dropped from like 400 million market cap down to like under what, 230, 240 million market cap. But I think currently it's rebounded to probably what, close to 300-ish after this bounce. But anyways, both these charts look bearish in my opinion on mid to high time frame. So it makes me kind of curious on alts and how they're going to play out for the next maybe 1 or 2 months as we approach Q4. Anyways, guys, we'll see you in a couple days for the alt stream. Good luck trading this week. Take care.